Good morning, my name is Jennifer Anselmo and I am the business manager for West Bonner County School District. Last week, we watched a short video with Superintendent Anselmo giving a brief history on public school funding in Idaho, the need for levies, and a little bit more explanation on our general fund shortfall request amount. So this week, I'm going to touch on a couple of the other items requested in our levy request. We'll start with class fees. This amount set aside in class fees goes towards courses that regularly need consumables, such as the sciences and art. Our next line item is school resource officer. If you've noticed, it's decreased from $55,000 last year to $38,000 this year. Anytime we have came out and asked the taxpayers for money for a specific reason, those funds always stay used for that specific reason. So when situations occur that allow us to save some of those funds, it could be a COVID closure or something else, we are able to take those funds into account when we're setting our next levy request. That is the reason for this decrease. We are still receiving the same level of service we have in past years. The next line item is technology supplies. This amount for technology supplies is used for anything outside of the classroom. The state does a really great job of funding classroom technology needs. However, it doesn't cover anything that isn't directly for students. So something like a secretary's computer, for instance, would be covered with these funds. Next down, we have library and school funds. These funds are used to put new books in our library and any instructional needs we have in the classroom, such as new desks, those types of instructional needs. Next, you'll see curriculum. Curriculum usually, the adoption for curriculum is so expensive that we try to break that up over 2 years worth of levy. So this year we are adopting an English language arts curriculum, and then anything that's not accounted for in that expense would be replacing a lost textbook or a damaged textbook. We have an increase of students, we need more textbooks. Those are what these funds cover. Jumping down to student activities, this amount, again, has decreased from a previous levy due to a closure during COVID and a lack of spring sports last year. But this amount covers all of our student activities, ranging from sports to drama, band, choir. It covers the costs such as salaries, transportation, supplies, any of those expenses. Next down on our list, you'll see facilities. I'm not gonna go into facilities because we have a special guest speaker next week who's gonna give you all the details on his facilities request. But finally, I just wanted to touch on bus purchase. The reason we haven't asked for an amount on our levy request for bus purchase is because we actually secured a grant that's helping us with that funding for the next handful of years. So that's really awesome. So I will see you next week to talk about facilities.